Hey guys, so I haven't made a video in a while, but I just got my hands on some M855a1 bullets. So I decided I want to do a little video on these. I've seen tons of videos of people shooting steel plates, body armor, ballistics gel at, high velocity, low velocity, and all that. But I have yet to see any sort of meat targets. So I decided I would do one myself. So what I'm going to do today is, I've been watching lots of Paul Harrell videos. So I decided to kind of make my own meat target. And Paul likes to do the pork chop pectoral. But I had this little mini ham in my freezer, which is freezer dried and bad. So I figured I'd use this. This is more like a pork chop titty than a pectoral. But with people today, there are lots of guys with man boobs. So this actually is probably a little bit more realistic. So this will be in the front. Got some pork ribs. These are pretty fat pork ribs. And then for our simulated, say, lung tissue, I got some cantaloupes. A little bit harder than your average lung, but I was going to use watermelons. They were like $9 a piece at the grocery store. These were $3 a piece. And then in the back, I got a little inspiration from Hootie Hoo, and I got some paper plates. So we're going to shoot through the pork, through the ribs, cantaloupe, and see if we can catch. All right, so I got the target set up. This is the rifle I'll be using for today's test. This is a 16-inch 223 wylde chamber. It's a 1 in 8 twist. It's a mixed match of parts. Got a sight mark red dot, sight mark magnifier, and we're going to do this test at 50 yards. I'm going to do another test at a longer distance at a later date, but for today we're going to do 50 yards. Alright, well, that first shot did not go as planned. I took one shot at a target and I was a little high and to the left. So I aimed low and right and pretty much hit, I guess, low and left. Took a nice chunk out of these ribs. And then bullet skin low at the bottom of this cantaloupe. Definitely did some nice damage to the cantaloupe. Blew a chunk out. I was kind of hoping the thing would just explode. And then we got a little hole in the plate. Oh, here is the base of the bullet. So we did catch the base. Alright, well, the ham went flying that time. Kind of forgot that it had a net on it, so it couldn't really explode. Look at that in a second. Ribs were standing up, so it looks like a pretty center hole. That is a pretty big hole. Now these things kind of fragment, and then they have those pieces that come out. So first shot was up here, that shot was in here. There's a little, if you can see that, it's a little chunk of copper in there. I don't think you can see it on the camera. Definitely looks like there was some shrapnel. The back side, nice big hole. That's got to be an inch or so wide. Kind of thought the cantaloupe was going to explode, but did not want to explode. But it has a big hole in it. That's the front. Here is the back. So, this top part was kind of blown out before. Here's the middle part. So the front's a little bit more exploded than the back, but obviously pieces made it through there. Yeah, that's a mess. I'm not going to start digging around through that. Hit the paper plates here. I didn't even notice with the first shot too that a chunk did make it through. I'm guessing it was the tip, the arrowhead, through the first set of plates. So we got a piece that went through the first set of plates. Went into the second set of plates, and no exit. So I'm assuming that's probably the steel arrowhead. I'll have to open these up and take a look. Actually, before I forget too, we got this chunk of ham, which is now completely covered in leaves. It got blown out of the wrapper, so I don't really know what side I shot. And I was kind of expecting this to get blown to pieces. I should have taken it out of this net. I mean, I think there is a big hole here. Nothing insanely impressive. All right, let me open up the paper plates and take a look. All right, so I didn't even realize until I took the wrapper off. This is the first set of plates. We had the first shot that hit low. The second shot, we actually had 2 holes that came into these plates, even though only one made it out the back. So I started lifting these up, and they both continuing, and there is a piece of the steel arrowhead. Don't know what happened to the rest of it. Put that over there. I don't know. Oh, and there is the rest of it. So that snapped in half. Pretty cool. And then the second set of plates, I took off that many, so we still got, you know, good chunk left. And here we have the base. And it just fell out. So perfect base. This one stayed intact. The one from the first shot over here got a little mangled on the stone, but that's pretty cool. I mean, you got a base that penetrates through, an arrowhead that penetrates through, some shrapnel and stuff. So these rounds are interesting. I definitely want to shoot them through some deer shoulders and into some gel and see how they compare to you know, other rounds that I've shot. But thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.